B.L.O.O.M. It's a short game about a girl named Ruby who works as a mechanic at a local factory. She's going to the vacation this month, but before that she needs to assemble a robot to get a promotion. Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are going to play B.L.O.O.M. or just B.L.O.O.M. I wonder what this stands for exactly. By PLS or Pit Lorry Sof, according to each. A game for B.L.O.O.M VN Jam 2024. A game from a bunch of people, basically, that have not released anything before, so we're going to have a look at the first project over here, unless some of them are secret, so you never know. Let us begin. Bloom. Bloom, 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 bloom. Day 0. Day 1, actually. The sun finally broke through the clouds and into Ruby's bedroom. She woke up to the sound of her alarm clock buzzing. Ruby quickly turned it off and got out of bed. Damn, that bed must be comfortable. I like that design overall. Today was a big day. She had to get ready for work. The morning clouds had already begun to spread across the sky, and the trees were speckled with blossoming buds. Spring was in full swing, and the flowers were starting to bloom. Time seemed to fly when you were busy. For the last 2 years, Ruby had been working as a mechanic in a big factory that made innovative technology. From spring to spring, time flies by. Project, promotion, vacation, and I want to get it all done sooner rather than later. It's been 2 years since she got a job as a mechanic at a large factory producing innovative technology. It used to be innovation, but now, at the peak of the industrial age, everyone is used to wacky inventions. Robots, airships, home airplanes, and vacuum cleaners quickly became part of the human lifestyle. Home airplanes. Many things remained incomprehensible to people unfamiliar with science. Ruby studied her father's scientific research diligently to become a worthy inventor. Okay. Office was a creative mess. Ruby just hung her back on the code rack and started cleaning up all the unnecessary papers and stuff. Can you say this is a cutie pie? Yes, we can. Eve, the nice girl who was in charge of the merchandise at the local factory, rushed into the room. Morning, Ruby! You need to see the manager. Oh, good morning, Eve. I've been looking forward to this. That's a font I think I've never seen before. Good thing you didn't go in yourself. There's some kind of management squab again this morning. No one's allowed in. I knew it. Every time there is a new quarterly report, there is always some kind of fuss. I'm gonna get back to work. I don't get paid extra for being a postman, you know. Thanks for stopping by. Eve turned around and headed down the stairs. When Ruby walked into the boss's office, there was an alchemist standing in it with golden sheets of documents. Alchemist? I leave it up to you, esteemed. Fine. But these signings aren't my department job, you know. When you fail, bring it to me, but until then, try and read what you're supposed to be doing. See you tomorrow, Mr. Liam. Are you going to read this for that long? Goodbye. Hello, mechanic. Turned to Ruby and said Liam with a casual smile. Hello, Liam. A tall man with an aristocratic gait left the office. Robert is the boss of the mechanical engineering department. He's the head of the mechanical engineering department. He's the one who oversees the work of the department and the distribution of promotions. Ruby walked forward through the office and sat in the chair near the desk. Yellow-eyed mentor looked at the girl in front of him and sighed tiredly. Ah. Morning, Ruby. Hello, Robert. I have so much work to do. Expect the wizards to need me. I could come back later if you need. No, everything is ready for you. You need to design a robot helper. He holds out a sheet of project guidelines. No big presentation will be needed. It will be enough that it's functional. Okay. Once you do it, I'll let you go on vacation. If you do well, you will get promotion. Well deserved. Thank you. I'll be happy to. You have a week for the project. You can go. Goodbye. That was easy. The future engineer walked out of the office with confidence. Confused thoughts resounded in her head, but the loudest was the voice of motivation. We need to get some robotics material. Ruby made her way through the factory's spacious premises to the library. Nice place. Warm lighting, a soft book smell of dust and metal filled the library. A tired librarian sat at a circulation desk reading a book. He gave the impression that... What? Why is there a book on his leg? That it was best not to approach him, but he was always ready to help. Hi, could you help me? Putting the book aside, he replied. What are you looking for? I need books on engineering. I know the theory well, but I haven't done any professional projects yet. It's just something I've done at home. Bored. From his lips it sounded like surprise. So I have my own workshop in my apartment. It is small but pleasant. My job is not like a job, it's like a hobby. Yeah, I've got my own workshop right in the house. Probably smaller than yours. That's what he said. Ruby waited with a smile for the continuation. So you need engineering books with blueprints? Yep. The book inspector stood up from his desk and with a slight gesture of his hand motioned for me to follow him along the tall rows of books. Each shelf was equipped with a state-of-the-art mechanism that pushed forward a book from the row at the push of a button on the large panel like an elevator in a high-rise building. On the third row they stopped. Will you need books from different authors? Redhead thought for a second. Yeah, I want to learn as much as I could and read it with pleasure. Then you'd need one big encyclopedia from 1 hour century. And a couple of books written by the founders. How long can I borrow them for? The Guardian of Knowledge passed 3 buttons and 3 books popped out from the different shelves. Boom, boom, boom. Then he pressed another button and their stance turned vertical and the books slid neatly into a long cart below. Damn! That library is crazy. Officially no longer than 3 bombs. I can do it in a week. They went to the front desk to check in the books they checked out. You need to do more work. It's best not to rush through learning. Ruby leaned on the reception desk. Oh boy. I can already imagine what this guy could have seen when she's done that. And it must have been a divine view. Oh, I was hoping there would be a tutor instead of books. Hold the books and the key to them. The hardcover of the books has a small metal lock along the front edge. Thank you, I'll stop by again during the week. The librarian nodded and began reading a book he had put aside. Ruby noticed that the cover showed drawings of purple flasks with yellow magic stones. Alchemy! I could use the knowledge to revive a robot. Hehehe. It was getting hot in the office. Ruby read the introduction of the thickest book lying on the desk from the stuffiness of the room. An hour ago, the clouds had flown elsewhere at the will of the wind, the daytime coziness reminiscent of a warm evening by the fireplace with her family. Totally forgot to eat, or at least drink coffee. Don't drink coffee, ew. Need to run to the kitchen, if Oliver is still there. Past the workshop with all the machinery and boilers and lights, Ruby made her way to the dining area. She walked casually up to the kitchen entrance, glanced around for any busy staff who might see her, and snuck into the room. There was a tall guy in his 30s wearing a chef's outfit, finally chopping some herbs to freeze for future meals. Hey, have all the helpers been released yet? Ah, Ruby! Didn't expect that, huh? The assistants leave at 3 p.m. on Monday, but they've been working since the early morning. I forgot to eat this morning. I didn't go to the canteen this afternoon. So maybe you could make me something quick. At least some sandwiches. That's the nerve. Oliver said with a big, bully smile. I can have a fresh salad with croutons and a couple of sandwiches with slim slices of dried chicken breast. Will that be enough to get to the evening? Marvelous. Tastier than I hoped. Oliver pulled out the ingredients, started cooking, sat back in her... in his chair, I imagine. His chair, waiting for the dish. So how's working? Going. I just want to tell you myself. The friends were talking passionately. The local chef was the first friend who had helped them get used to the factory, apart from the management. Ruby handed the empty plate to Oliver. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. Time to get back to work. You'll be fine. Don't forget to eat at the general call, where we're working hard for you here. Good luck. Ruby went back to the office and read engineering books for the rest of the day. Damn. That's some dedication. It seemed like it was still only daylight outside the window. She grabbed her bag, one thin book to read at home, and walked out for work. Not for work, off. By the time Ruby reached the house, it was getting dark. It was already dark, to be honest. Hey. That's a nice apartment. Or more like kitchen in the apartment. Under the warm light of the lamps and the murmuring sound of the radio, she prepared dinner and breakfast for the morning. After eating a plate of appetizing soup, she headed to bed. And then we have day 2. A long oak table with metal panels was bathed in sunlight. On it were open books about engineering the proportions of little robot helpers. After an hour of reading instructions, Ruby decided to take a break for breakfast and started drawing a blueprint. What kind of blueprint did Ruby draw? Dog, bug, bird. Oh boy, love dogs, hate bugs. Absolutely hate birds. That's my approach, by the way. Yeah, I hate bugs. I see a bug, I smash it, basically. Maybe not in a way you might be thinking, by the way. Okay? If I see a bird, I'm also kinda having my mood ruined. And that's basically it's pigeons, okay? I really dislike pigeons. Freaking rats of the sky. Ugh. We're going with dog. Dogs are the best. Ooh, S9. Ruby draws blueprint of a dog. Did Ruby choose a dog? Yes. In the afternoon, there was a gentle knock on the door. Huh? That was not gentle at all, to be honest. Come in. Hi, Ruby. Not seen you leave the office today. Yeah, I'm working the project. Oh, sorry, but you've got an urgent little job. Can you fix this clock? Girl had out an old and very familiar-looking watch. Oh, no problem. I have a whole week for the main project. Do it in a couple of hours. If you get tired, stop by and see me. I bought chocolate chip cookies with nuts. They're so special. What do you mean so special? Thanksy, but I don't think it's today. What? Ruby fiddled with her watch, looking for a malfunction. Eve bumped awkwardly and walked out the door. Fascinated by the task ahead, the mechanic looked up at the noise, but the merchandiser was no longer in her office. After long hours' work on the clock, it was repaired, but a couple of strange parts remained, as if from another mechanism. There was a strange rustling sound along the wooden panels, as if leaves had fallen to a hidden bottom. Ruby carefully opened the wall and found a letter. What? Is it for me? Huh. Now we'll find out. I'll open it with a scalpel so I don't damage the paper if it's not for me. She carefully opened the letter. Turns out it was a note from her father. He'd sent it about a week ago with a strange request not to say who it was from. Her father was a seeker of sorts and liked to encourage the curiosity of his daughter, who had long since lived in another city. Dear Ruby, it should be more than a few days since our phone call, but I'm still worried about whether you are doing well. Today I want to share some information, important information that will help you with your work project. A few years ago, when my mom and I were moving, I left a time capsule for you. In this time capsule is a thing that will help you become an outstanding engineer. However, I accidentally forgot where the time capsule is located. But there is a clue to find it. Do you remember the book that was read to you as a child? It will help you remember where the time capsule is hidden. Mechanic, I believe in you. You can find... Mechanic, I believe in you. You can find the time capsule and successfully complete your project. I'm proud of you. With love and respect. What? Why would a father write with respect? Your father. What did that? Unbelievable, she exclaimed. I'll go to the library tomorrow and get a book. On the table was a finished drawing for a robot, a repaired clock, strange gears, and a stack of books. Ruby folded the letter neatly and went home. Back home, a tired Ruby ran to the shower, and immediately after a light hour, she collapsed on the bed from exhaustion. Understandable, I mean. She was running herself for the whole day, and now day 3. There was toast frying on the red-hot griddle. Morning breakfast. The toast was cooked and the coffee was on the table. Ruby pulled her clothes out of her work uniform pocket and reread the note from her father. Memories of a warm childhood, the comfort of a country house, and the fresh air with the scent of flowers when one went out with friends in the evening. Passing the lobby of the factory, Ruby walked into the library. Hi, William. The redhead spoke energetically. Good morning, early birdie. Do you know all the books? Do we have children's literature? Huh? You'll be surprised, but we do. I'm well aware of their archives. I need a children's fantasy detective book. The main protagonist was looking old high-rise buildings shaped like pyramids and other marvelous figures. In the last part, I remember having to find a family in Harlem Pearl. The librarian listened carefully. The edition had a green cover and beautiful silver letters, all I remember. After a moment's silence. I read it, I think. It wasn't a children's book, it was definitely fabulous. Find it now. She had to go through many rows of scientific books to get to the shelves with fantastic works. A precious book was visible among them. It seemed to glow with an emerald bright color from memories. The librarian pressed the buttons and carefully caught the book. Theater Mystery was exactly the right book. Gee, haven't held in my hands in a long time. Thanks. Glad to help. I'll read here. You don't have to write it down. I can take it with. Great, I'll be at my desk. The book told a thrilling adventure through a flooded library in a futuristic city of fairies. Gorgeous, brave Aiden Ford leaps through a crumbling wall leading to a secret theater room. To the hero's life, the theater hasn't flooded and he hides a family heirloom pearl in the prompter's booth. The answer has been found. This kind of building structure has been extremely popular throughout the country for over 100 years. Lost the voice there. For over 100 years. New factories' administrative buildings were no longer equipped with theater space. Because the performances became larger and more popular among all the people, not only the aristocracy. The official entrances to the abandoned theater from the street have long been closed, but you can still get there from the secret passage from the library. Once a year, the old staff used to have a fest there. Keeper of the books. Will there be keys to the theater room? I can't let regular employees in there, only with permission. Oh, come on, Ruby shyly said. I saw you there when the assistant didn't quit, hiding from him. That was only a couple of times. And I only need to go there once. Okay. You're the savior of my project. The librarian opened an unremarkable wooden door. It almost blended in with the color of the wallpaper. Behind the boring exterior was an auditorium with a bunch of chairs and an entire stage. Above it hung curtains that had lost their old luster. Ruby walked along the rows all the way to the stage. The platform seemed perfectly straight. Only a keen eye could see a neat hatch in the middle, not a prompter's booth, but interesting. Ruby walked to the backstage area and found the entrance under the stage. The creak door opened with a slight push of her hand. It was theater stage hall with shelves and musical instruments. Behind the shelving, Ruby saw the familiar gleam of a gilded time capsule. The girl pulled it out from behind the wooden shelving unit, anticipating the discovery. Apparently, she returned to her office, which was brightly lit by the sun. Ruby sat at her desk and unwound the capsule. Left, right, left, exactly according to the diagram from the letter. At the bottom of the shallow capsule was a neat jewelry box and a couple of baby pictures. She began to look at the box with fascination. The mechanism was broken, as if missing a few parts. Do they still make this? It looked like it was about 50 years old. After a long moment of thought, the watch had extra parts. Oh, I knew it, Walt. I knew it would all come handy. Ruby skillfully rebuilt the box with extra parts from the clock and gentle melody played from the box. It was getting close to daylight and the robot needed to be assembled today. Hi Eva, I need the parts from this list. Ooh, hey hi! Do you want to eat the cookies I made? It's a new batch! Only if you take a long time to find the parts. Ooh, then I'll try my best for you. I need them right away, sorry. Okay, I'll be right there. It's for the robot, right? Yeah, it's official. The girl went off into the depths of the premises. Was the rattle of metal and the rustle of cardboard boxes. What? Oh, these plates, bolts and spheres should suit you. Thanks so much for the speed. Oh well, that's my job. By evening, the robot was ready. Ruby stretched, yawned deeply and realized it was time to go home. The almost nighttime drive home was quiet and soothing. The cool breeze blew against the skin of her cheeks, smelling of summer freshness and home-cooked food. Tired Ruby came home, threw off her work clothes and quickly washed her face in the shower. There were cans of canned goods in the refrigerator with a ready meal that only needed to be heated. After a quick dinner, she settled down on the bed, made herself comfortable under the soft blanket and closed her eyes. Thoughts of work and future projects slowly drifted away, giving way to restful sleep. Restful sleep. I wonder what that is. I wish I had restful sleeps. Day 4. Wait, she was supposed to have a week for that project and... Ruby was going to finish the project today, so she headed to work, once again forgetting her breakfast. Music could be heard from the open door of the director's office. The manager was talking to the secretary behind the reception desk. Ruby started to go over to say hello. Robert saw this and waved softly. Hello, sir. Hello, Ruby. I'm really well advanced in my work. I'll be in tomorrow. Oh, that's the speed. Feel free to ask questions if necessary. You have 3 days before your vacation. I will, sir, but I already know quite a bit. Preparing for a long time. Oh, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow then. Have a good day at work. Thank you, you too. Robert smiled warmly after the future engineer. He knew that she was up to the task of designing an assistant robot and was ready to learn the harder tasks of robotics. Ruby sat at the table and began to look at her blueprint. The robot and of a book with instructions on how to revive it. The necessary mechanical parts were inside, but missing was the memorabilia, the magical thing that would power its eternity. Of course, the memorabilia was a battery, not a perpetual motion machine, but they were often enough to outlive their creator. Wow, that's something we don't have in 21st century. Sadly, the robotics books didn't have much to say about magic. You have to go to a warlock for this one. Warlock? Ruby made 3 careful knocks on the elegant oak door with silver stones at the doorknob. The door opened. A long-haired, serious-looking alchemist in a stained apron with colorful flask on his belt stood in front of the girl across the doorway. What can I do for you? He glanced at the box. I hope you have time today. I need to revive a robot. You're in luck. I'm free today. Come in. They sat down at the round table. Ruby put a round table. Like in King Arthur's? Ruby put a cloth bag with the robot, a jewelry box, and a work case with tools next to it. I could self-animate? Anyone can do it with a couple of tools and tons of red books with a secret knowledge that only a few select few have access to. He smirked. Hey. Excuse me. Okay, it's just hard science. I'll help you understand the basics, but in all the factories, the production robots are sent to us for revitalization. The mechanical engineers would have too much to worry about, not everyone can. Show off your future toy. Ruby opened her bag and plopped her metal frame down the table. Her parts were all clumsily attached, so its legs were swinging around like ragdolls. But the design was interesting. It screamed how talented the engineer had been. Ooh, you decided to collect it here. I don't have that much free time. It's already assembled. If only I'll give you time to finish it. Anyway, listen carefully about the basics of animation and the device of magic in technology. A lot happened in the last hour and a half. The table was full of open books, demo energy stones, a little steam furnace, and a mail delivery robot instead of a robot. I've got a few hours work ahead of me, so you can stay out my way. You look exhausted. Eating would be. Eating would... I could help you or do it myself. You'll get there in time. Go, go, go! I'll come back in a couple of hours. What can I do? I haven't eaten at home. Might as well stop by Oliver's. Hope they're not boring in the middle of breakfast. Boring? To pass unnoticed, Ruby entered the kitchen through the factory yard. There were many people in the kitchen, but it was easy to spot the young man in the chef's hat. Where is the hat? I have to. As she came a bit closer, Ruby called out her friend. Oliver! Oh, Ruby, sit down for half an hour, okay? We've got some finishing up to do, and most of the stuff are going to go on shift. Okay, but where can I stay out of anyone's way? Go further down. There's a table on the left with a fridge next to it. There's hardly anyone dressing there already. You can sit down and I'll come to you. Ruby sat down at the table waiting for her friend. Come on, check the fridge. What's in the fridge? I'll check. There was the sound of the clanking metal, loud, short conversation all around. The atmosphere was immersed in a single stream in which time was rushing away rather than lasting. The workers began to remove their aprons, leaving them in small lockers. Leftover food was stashed around the refrigerators. Freshly baked goods were placed on the counter. There were only a couple of employees left. Oliver sat down at Ruby's table. You've been so quick! When you come in, we were almost done. The night shift cooks will be here tonight. I remember you said you were experimenting. Was there anything new for the breakfast today? Oh, in the morning, before everyone arrived, I decided to experiment, yeah. I tried impregnating the wood with synthesized oils that smelled like different foods and steamed some simple meat. Okay. It smelled marvelous, but tasted unimpressive. I'm surprised we haven't done this before. Maybe we should improve the wood grain or the ovens themselves for this. Have to think about it. I think I'll try it at home and with different recipes. Just putting out meat isn't interesting. And I will still think about how to improve the ovens for more variety and juicy flavor. Hehehe. But I'll test it out if you come up with something. The friends snacked on sweet tea and cookies. I'm going to go check on my project. A couple hours went by without a hitch. Good luck. I wonder what we'll do. Homemade cleaning robot, said the girl with a laugh. Ruby entered the alchemist's office. He was sitting at his desk, poring over some documents on shiny sheets of paper. Robot is ready. Thank you. I needed to finalize the energy compartment, so study the changes carefully. You can tell the supervisor that you made the changes yourself. I hear you. See you later, Sir Lion. You'll definitely get a position deserve. Ruby nodded with a kind smile. Looking in the alchemist's eyes, his character was mysterious, rude, but now words of encouragement rang. The door to the management office was open. The supervisor was seriously typing something on a typewriter. Yeah? When he saw Ruby and the robot enter, he put the typing away. Hello, everything is ready. Well, it's great news. Let's see the robot. The demonstration of a robot went well. The little helper did a good job of walking around the room and moving things around. The next free spring day rolled around. No alarm clock woke Ruby up in the morning. The sun was shining softly through her window, warm rays like a cozy blanket. She woke up knowing she had a whole week of rest before starting her new job. Ending number 1, dog. Alright, kids, I'm gonna send you to kids. Obviously, by kids, I mean everyone over there, right? Because technically, barely any kids watch this channel. Maybe it's a good thing. Probably. I'm gonna send you to itch.io. Go and download the game yourself. The game is free and you can check the other endings yourself. So basically you can create a bug or a bird. A bird, definitely something I would not want to create. A bug, to be honest, as well. Indeed. Indeed. Anywho, the game quite fun. I think you can tell this is like first project. So keep at it and make some other games. Make some other games as well. The idea is there. Feels like maybe could be written a little better. The scenes could be lengthier and so on. But hey, it's a good start. So keep at it, make more games. And I'll be observing, that's for sure. I'll be following on itch and keeping an eye if there are any new games from PLS. Pete Lorisoff, that's correct. Oh, which is Pete Post, Living Ghost, and Lorietta, apparently. I see this now in the game's description. Keep at it, keep at it. It was a great idea for a game, and, well, honestly, hope to see more. Hope to see more. But yes, everything has to come to an end, and this video also comes to an end right now. Tomorrow, another game. Hope to see you there. With this one, as per usual, consider liking, subscribing, and so on. But most importantly, check the other endings yourself, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.